Hi there, do you want to know some amazing psychological facts we hardly notice? Let's get into it. You can always see your nose, but your brain has the ability to ignore it. Yes, that's correct. The phenomenon you're referring to is called nose blindness, or nose suppression. While your nose is indeed present in your field of view at all times, your brain filters it out to avoid distraction and focus on more important visual information. The brain uses a process called perceptual filling in to ignore the constant image of the nose in front of your eyes. As a result, you become less aware of your nose unless you deliberately shift your focus to it. This concept is just one example of the brain's ability to filter out non-essential information and focus on what it deems most relevant to your perception and understanding of the world around you. 2. Psychology says, the person who tries to keep everyone happy often ends up feeling the loneliest. Yes, that statement aligns with some psychological observations and concepts. People who constantly prioritize keeping others happy and neglect their own needs and emotions may experience a phenomenon known as emotional self-neglect, or caretaker fatigue. Here's how it can lead to feelings of loneliness. Constantly catering to others' needs while suppressing one's own emotions can lead to emotional exhaustion and burnout. When this happens, the person may feel drained, overwhelmed, and unable to find emotional support from others, leading to feelings of loneliness. Lack of authentic connections. By focusing solely on pleasing others, individuals may struggle to form genuine connections with others. They might feel like they are wearing a mask or hiding their true selves to maintain the facade of being the pleaser. As a result, they may find it challenging to develop meaningful and authentic relationships, which can contribute to feelings of loneliness. People who strive to keep everyone happy might fear upsetting or disappointing others. This fear of rejection can lead to an avoidance of genuine emotional expression and vulnerability, leading to a sense of isolation and loneliness. People who 3. Creative people tend to be more arrogant. The relationship between creativity and arrogance is a complex one, and it's important to understand that not all creative individuals exhibit arrogant traits. While confidence and self-assurance are often seen in creative people, these traits don't necessarily lead to arrogance. Creativity is driven by open-mindedness, a willingness to explore new ideas, and a tolerance for ambiguity. These qualities enable creatives to think outside the box and embrace innovation. 4. Spending a large amount of time with someone literally causes you to pick up your habits. Choose your friends wisely. The saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," emphasizes the significant impact that our social circle can have on our behavior, habits, and overall outlook on life. When we spend a considerable amount of time with someone, we are more likely to be influenced by their habits and attitudes. The call of the void, also known as l'appel du vide, in French, refers to the peculiar phenomenon where individuals experience sudden and intrusive thoughts or impulses to engage in risky or dangerous behaviors, such as jumping from a high place or swerving their vehicle into oncoming traffic. Despite the alarming nature of these thoughts, they are generally not indicative of a desire to commit suicide or harm oneself intentionally. It's important to note that experiencing the call of the void is a relatively common occurrence, and most people will experience such thoughts at some point in their lives. The key is to understand that having these thoughts doesn't mean you're crazy or abnormal. They are just random and transient mental events. If you find these thoughts distressing or they interfere with your well-being, it may be helpful to speak with a mental health professional to explore ways to manage them effectively. The Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias that was first described by social psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger in 1999. It refers to the tendency of individuals who have little expertise or competence in a particular area to overestimate their abilities and believe they are more skilled or knowledgeable than they truly are. The effect can be summarized in 4 key points. Incompetence breeds overconfidence. People with low levels of competence in a skill or domain may lack the knowledge and expertise to recognize their own limitations. As a result, they may mistakenly believe they are much better than they actually are. Metacognition is the ability to reflect on one's own thinking processes and accurately assess one's knowledge and abilities. Individuals with low competence tend to have poor metacognitive skills, leading to their overestimation of their capabilities. Crazy facts, right? Follow us for more health and psychological facts.